Hey internet, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of the John Graves Show. Today I'm talking to everybody about a little anime called World Trigger, and that anime is really fucking fun because, to be perfectly fair, is that what has been happening in this episode? Well, cutting through the meat of this episode, this entire episode is about Mikawa's A team versus with a shit ton of snipers versus that red-haired horn dude. I don't really fucking know his name because I don't really care enough to really know his name. Because perfectly fair, the titles in which that they gave, they really didn't feel like any fucking names there. But either way, Yosuke and Midorikawa, they're pretty much leading a team to go after the red-haired horn man. And to be perfectly fair, they have his ass figured out. Not right off the get-go, but they do have him figured out to the point in which that they can lead him into like plenty of traps, and because it's so many of them, they have so many ideas to bounce off of one another, and they have like a shit ton of snipers, a shit ton of snipers to go after him and take him out. And give or take with all these ideas and all these plans and shit, is that they do take a lot of what Yuma did earlier to go after them and take all of them out. They do use those plans and all those things, and they use those to their advantage to take out Mr. Hornman, or pretty much at the very least to keep him pinned down and keep him on his toes. Which, I will be fair, is that like for a guy like him who is fighting on his own, he is quick on his feet, and he does actually notice a fuck ton of shit, man, as he's fighting them, which I will have to give him his props on, because to be fair is that I like him enough to where I did kind of want to see him take a few of them out or severely damage some of them, because their plans, as much as I like them, I pretty much wanted this to be just a little bit on like the fair side of him taking out like a few of their people and then, constantly keep on moving. But it didn't necessarily work like that, to where they had to keep him on his toes, and he did get like a few hits and scrapes in here, like, he took somebody's arm, he scattered them, he fucked their plans up or something like that, but it was never to the point in which that he actually got like a singular hit or forced somebody to bail out again, because even though they do know like most of his weapons, and like I believe that his biggest arsenal was the fact that he could fly and rain down bullets, but because there was way more than just the first three in which that he was fighting, it did make things a little bit more difficult for him, all the way up until where like they lead him into like this little pincer attack, to where they tell him to, or at least they force him to use the buildings as cover, and then they pretty much block him in, and then Yosuke jumps down and stabs him. But it's pretty odd to me that like he would just stay there and just try and shoot at Yosuke, rather than try and fly right by him, or like fly right by him and shoot him in the back. I mean, or try and like use those perfectly curved bullets of his to fire them past him and then have him come right back down and hit him. I mean, like, because he does have curved bullets or Trion bullets in which that he can actually like control and curve and so on and so forth, but like he didn't do that, unless that gun attachment he has, it works very different from the ones on his back, or he probably can't, or pretty much like the gun is like the only one in which that he can use if he's in fly mode. So that's honestly something to pretty much honestly ask a question about. But give or take with what they presented here, I really did like it. I liked the plans. I liked the constant communication, and pretty much I liked everything about this. So please tell me, what do you think about this episode down there in the comment section. I'll catch you guys on the next John Graves Show. Please keep watching anime, keep playing video games. I'm out.